My name is Brett Rail, and I serve as the director and team leader for Christ Bible Institute. And tonight we had the opportunity to launch our new Joy of Japan Center for Church Planting and Development. The Joy of Japan Center is an effort to equip Christians in Japan for the work of church planting and church revitalization.
The center is maybe our most practical and most glorious expression to date in our history of our commitment to seeing the growth of the church, the planting of the church, and the health of the church throughout all of Japan.
The center came about as a result of a blog site, which was called the Joy of Japan blog site, which referred to a blog by the Pals family. Their desire was to fulfill their call, which was to come to Japan, and they had a burden and a desire to see the joy of Christ being declared and proclaimed in Japan.
One of my last conversations with Jamison was about what they were going to do when they served with CBI in Japan. And they wanted to work with our Heart and Soul ministry, but Jamison said, if there's anything that we could do, we'd love to meet one of the graduates of Christ Bible Seminary and go out and plant a church together. Jamison, Kathryne, Ezra, Violet, and Calvin were all on their way to their final missions training when they were killed in a car accident and a semi ran into the back of them. This was a hard providence. It shocked all of us. It shocked people around the world. And as we were reading through their blog, we were just so impacted by the vision that they had for ministry in Japan. So as we were thinking about the story that God had given them and seeking how to steward that story well, we couldn't think of a better way to do that than to name this church planting center the Joy of Japan Center for Church Planting and Development.
We've had a commitment to seeing the Church of Japan planted and grown and healthy. This was God's timing to bring together that vision and that family's sacrifice to see this vision become a reality.
I'm the younger sister of Jamison and Pals, who was supposed to come to CBI before he was killed tragically. I'm also one of the founding board members of the Pals Family Foundation. We were started with donations from my brother and his wife's deaths, and what we do is we grant funding to missionary families that want to be in long-term missions and do church planting like Joy of Japan Center.
Tonight was an absolute joy. We had people from all across Japan who were involved in church planting and church revitalization. We had a member of the Pals family here, Andrea, who was representing the foundation as well as her family. We had a special song that was written in honor of the family and to help launch the center. And just so many different pieces that were coming together. It really was one of my favorite nights that I've had in Japan.